Well, the United Nations says violence in Iraq has killed more people in the month of April than in any other month since June of 2008. Much of it due to an uptick in sectarian clashes. The majority of Iraqis are Shia, and they had been sidelined during the Saddam Hussein regime. They now hold significant power in government. Now some Sunnis are gearing up for battle with government forces. Our Damon has our report, but we must warn you, it contains some images you may find disturbing.
Run, run away. The soldiers taunt the men as they flee. The narrative seen in videos posted to YouTube, whose authenticity CNN cannot independently verify, appears to contradict the government version of events. That its forces were targeting terrorists who infiltrated a camp of anti-government demonstrators in the town of Hawija last month, some 2 hours north of Baghdad. Amid the blue tents used by demonstrators, bodies are strewn about. One collapsed next to a wheelchair. A man in what appears to be a SWAT uniform kicks a corpse in the head. The image is feeding the rage of Iraq's Sunni population. The following Friday, the calls to bring down the Shia-led government of Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki were amplified, especially here, one of the main centers of the protests, located in Iraq's Sunni heartland of Al-Anbar province. Demonstrators have been blocking the highway for months. We traveled there over the weekend. The men launch into a tirade against Maliki's government, who they accuse of oppressing the Sunnis and indiscriminately throwing them behind bars. He considers us all to be Saddamists, one states. They tell us the massacre was a message. And it's a message they've been expecting. We've been ready for a long time. We are certain that al-Maliki is a liar. The political process is just a game. Sheikh Ali Hatem Suleiman, one of the main tribal leaders here, tells us our weapons are everywhere, light, medium, and on up. The tribes with a culture entrenched in weaponry have a fighting force at their disposal that has plenty of experience. They allied themselves with al-Qaeda in Iraq and battled U.S. forces for years before turning on the terrorist group. This time, Suleiman vows that no matter what, they won't allow al-Qaeda to dominate again. The tribes are not and will not again be a nurturing ground for terrorism, he tells us. The tribes are forming the so-called Army of Pride and Dignity. Each tribe will be responsible for its own men and their actions, pledging there won't be another Hawija.
This is what remains of an Iraqi army convoy that was attacked at the end of last month following the incident in Hawija. And a few days after this attack took place, on this same road, a vehicle carrying Iraqi army soldiers in civilian clothing came under fire as well. 5 of them were killed. Following that incident, the Iraqi government, enraged, demanded that the perpetrators be handed over or else. And all of this happening just outside of where the demonstrations take place.
Everyone claims they don't know who the attackers were. And while there are some efforts to dial back the tensions, many Iraqis fear that their country is on the brink of yet another civil war.